Gordon.
Welcome back to Act by Numbers for Valued Living.
Yes.
Do a recap, Kevin. We were talking about recreation.
Talking about heading toward recreation. Somewhere on this page, you'll see I have recreation written there. And then we talked about the 5 senses experiences that you might have about recreation. And then we talked about the mental experiencing that you could have about recreation and leisure stuff. Then we talked about the 3 here, which is me, noticing the difference. Or you know, it's always the me that took the first breath that I ever took. Noticing the difference between 5 senses experiencing and mental experiencing. And now we're going to talk about 4.
The mental experiences that move you away from
Recreation
and leisure.
Hey, we'll give a quick example. I think maybe I'd like to go to the movies. Rats. I don't have time. I'm just too busy.
Wow.
Did you see how I did that? I was planning on going to the movies, and then suddenly, here comes the stuff that took me away from that. Now, maybe I don't have time to go to the movies, but whatever it was, took me away. It was a mental experience that went this way. Which, maybe one time of doing that wouldn't be any big deal. But what if I almost every single day said, I'm too busy?
Wow.
All work and no play.
Make Jack
a dull boy.
Wow.
And that's where you get into. So that's one thing. What's some other stuff that could show up that might get in the way?
I can give you another example.
What's that?
You know, we're up here in Maine,
Yeah.
and one of the favorite recreational activities is downhill skiing.
I've been seeing that on the Olympics. Yep.
Downhill skiing.
Yep.
And I don't know if you've ever been in any boots for downhill skiing. The boots require, in skiing, they require you to do what? You got to lean forward.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to lean down the hill.
Downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Hence downhill skiing.
Now, one of the interesting things about downhill skiing, if you're doing that for recreation, you have to kind of lean downhill. But, you know, for many people, that's kind of a scary thing.
Whoops. Fear just showed up. That's one of those emotions we talk about. I think it's maybe like one of the original emotions.
Right.
Fear shows up.
So you got this equipment that, in order to enjoy downhill skiing, to lean forward.
And what happens?
But when we get afraid, our natural tendency is to do what? Oh.
Now, I'm not a downhill skiing, but I'm just figuring that leaning backwards doesn't work very well.
For downhill skiing.
Right, for downhill skiing.
And for having fun for downhill
Matter of
skiing.
fact, I can just picture my feet and my skis going out from under me as I lean backwards. Is that what happens?
That's what'll happen.
That's what will happen. He did it.
Or the other thing is you just don't move. You might find yourself kind of leaning back and you're sitting back.
You're up at the top of the hill?
No, you usually, when you're learning to ski, they put you on the bunny.
On the bunny slope.
They give you the little bitty bunny.
And
But it works the same way, because you still, if you want to ski, you got to kind of lean forward. But if you're afraid, you might lean back, and 2 things will happen when you lean back. Either you fall, or you don't move.
That's the same way. More familiar thing to most people would be riding a bicycle. When you first got up on to ride a bicycle and you'd never ridden one before, well, you were afraid of falling down. That's just part of the deal. And you know what? You probably did fall down. Right? But in order to learn how to ride the bicycle for recreation, or for this matter, ski for recreation,